Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another reading word for you, and this again, Agatha Christie. I'm in a book club, and the book pick for October was Then the One by Agatha Christie. I know the story. If you don't know, it is 10 people come together and then one or the other is killed off, and you don't know who did it and why they did it, and you have to solve the... I don't know if you have to solve the murder, right? If the reader has to solve it, but people die and you have to figure out why. I'm sure there are a ton of different movies and series and whatnot of that out in the world. It even says that the world's best-selling mystery, over 100 million copies sold. I'm sure there are a lot of adaptations and variations of this book and this story itself. I remember a story, I don't know if that was a Miss Marple movie. I have, like, somewhere in the back of my head it says that it was Miss Marple. I don't think it's this Miss Marple, I think it's just standalone. I remember very well that they all showed up in one big room and the doors were closed and then one of them died. But everyone was in the room. I don't remember what the movie was or what it was called. Was it this one? Or was it something very similar? I'm not really sure. But I'm intrigued. I'm on the lovely page 8. I've made it that far. This is my book, my copy. I can write in it. Right? The other Agatha Christie ones that I had were from the library and I do not want to mess it up. I'm kind of underlining things that might be important. Very important is now Soldier Island. Because everyone, you have chapter 1 and then you have 1, 2, 3 and all of those people this far, I think we're 5 right now, no 4, all of them are invited to go to Soldier Island. By whom? No idea. But the funny thing is that here in chapter 1, part 4, it says, if only she could remember a little more about Mrs. or was it Miss Oliver. Do you remember Elephants? I can't remember. The main character was Miss Oliver. Is that, like, I'm reading too much into it, as I do with all the Agatha Christie books, right? But I know that for her writing and all, it could also be the gardener. It could be the chauffeur. It could be the baker's wife, right? It could be anyone. So I would not be surprised if this Miss Oliver is actually the other Miss Oliver. That would be freaking insane. Like, what would the coincidence be of me reading the other Miss Oliver book last month and then having this one? This was paid out by the book club. People could vote on it. I did not pick this. But yeah, I'm only at the part where everyone's getting together. We have a nice mixture. In the corner of a first-class smoking carriage, then you have Vera, who is in the third-class carriage. And then you have Philip Lombard, who was a captain. Emily Brandt, who is 65. You have a nice mix of people going on, right? Old, young, male, female, different backgrounds. I'm intrigued. And the thing is, I have the audiobook as well. There's an audiobook on YouTube. I'll link that down below. And if you want to listen to it, I have another copy, that is actually narrated, because in that copy there's a lot of bad talk about Jews, which is not in here. And I know that someone in the book club has a copy that is using the N-word quite a lot. Yeah, I'm only on page 8, so what I know is already that... What's the island called? Soldier Island is very important. Everyone's coming there. And I assume they... If it is that movie that I haven't had, they probably have dinner, and then one dies. And then the other one dies. It's like, what's it called? Knives Out, with Daniel Craig, like when they all come together and then on that island and they get killed. What's that one called? It's not the first one with Chris Evans. It's the other one. Anyways, I'm excited. I'm intrigued and I want to know more about it, and that's exactly what I'm going to continue doing now. It only has 250 pages. It should be fast. It should be very fast. So I'm going to put all the other books away because I filmed an update in case you want to see it. These are all new books, never read before, by me that is. Yeah, and I'm not going to talk about it. I want to read this, and you know that when you get antsy, I really want to start this book because I'm excited for it. It's a book club pick. I should read it. It's an Agatha Christie, which I'm slowly making my way through her whole collection and the whole backlog. But then again, I also want to film this update because last time with Elephants Can Remember, I read the book and I was so far into this already, and I didn't film an update, that it was too late to film an update. Because, like the majority of the story already happened. So, now that I got the update done, I can chill and I can go and read. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. So, I see you when I'm halfway done. Bye. Hi, I have to film the update with my phone because my battery is dead again. I charged it so many times, and it's just dead. I look like a thumb. We're going to leave it at that, okay? Let me grab the book and then we can talk. Here it is. I'm currently on page 138. out of 250, right? Chapter 10. And like I said, you have chapters and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So we have arrived at the Soldiers Island. 10 people that even like when they first saw each other, they were like, what are we doing here? Like, these are not people that I usually hang out with, because you have a judge, for example, you have a war veteran, you have the young, good-looking, rich guy. All of these people have nothing in common. So they go in to the house, the place, and everyone gets their own room, and they all have nursing rhymes on the wall, either above the bed or anywhere else. And the nursing rhyme, I will not tell you the whole rhyme, but it starts with 10 little soldier boys went out to dine. One choked his little self, and then there were 9. 9 little soldier boys sat up very late. One overslept himself, and then there were 8. Right? Until the last one that goes, one little soldier boy left all alone. He went and hanged himself, and then there were none. I found out that this book originally had a very different title. 2 very different titles that are just, if you want to know, look it up. I'm not going to tell you. They have dinner, and then all of a sudden they hear a voice coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, silence please. The voice went on, a high, clear voice. You are charged with the following indictments. And then everyone gets named by the full legal name and what they have done when they've done it. And they all were either responsible for the death of people, like they killed someone, or they were indirectly responsible for it. Right? There's that one person, Vera Clayton, who is a nanny of some sorts, and she was indirectly responsible for the death of a child because they went out to the sea and he wanted to go swimming. She said no, and then she didn't pay attention for a while and he basically drowned. All of them have something to do with murders, either killed them or were kind of responsible. And then once that whole thing is revealed, the mate that's actually supposed, like the staff member, Mrs. Rogers, collapses. And given the fact that they have a doctor there, he says, oh, here, go upstairs, sleep, I give you some sedative, everything's fine. Then the other guy, the rich guy, whose name is Anthony, he got himself a drink and, filled his glass up, and then he started choking and he died. Just as the nursery rhyme said, one choked his little self and then there were 9. The next day, Mrs. Rogers doesn't wake up from his sleep, found by her own husband, who's also a staff member. Like, she was the cook and all, and he was responsible for cleaning. And, 9 little soldier boys sat up very late. One overslept himself, and then there were 8. One after the others get killed off, exactly as the nursing rhyme says. Are you still following me? And they also have a board with 10 figurines on, and as soon as one dies, one is removed, and nobody knows who removed it. Nobody knows how the people died. Yes, it seemed very obvious, like suicide, or they were killed, but how? Who? I don't want to say everyone was in the same room, but people saw each other, so there was no way. Like with Anthony, for example, he was like I said, good-looking, rich guy. There was no need and use for him to kill himself. So how? Who did it? And that's basically where I right now. I think I'm the 3rd person that died right now. They all come together and they talk. Where were you at that time? Do you have an alibi? No, I do not have an alibi. But that person has seen me, but only for a couple of minutes. And after that, I could have gone. Who knows, right? Some people try out different locations in the house, right? Just to see if there's a secret hiding spot where someone could be hiding, someone that is on the mission to kill everyone. No one's on the island apart from them. And they very quickly found out that no one will come back to the island to get them off because they will all stay there and they will all die there. That is what Mr. Owen has planned. That is where I'm at right now. I don't know who the murderer is. Like that one lady, what's her name? Emily Brand. She's always knitting. And like there's nothing wrong with knitting, right? It's just very suspicious. Like people are dying and you just sit there and you knit. Could be a coping mechanism, but it could also be something different. So far, I don't know who could be the murderer. We have a detective on the case as well, who was invited there, who also obviously killed someone. Are all those things true? Some people claim it was just a mistake, it was an accident, and they didn't mean it, and had nothing to do with it, they didn't kill anyone. Do we actually know that all of this is true or untrue? No. They're all together right now, talking about where they were, because like I said, third body is found. They all come together. Where were you at that certain time? Could you have done it? Or could you not have done it? This is where I'm at. 120 pages left, so I'm curious. I think, like I said, the last rhyme said he went and hanged himself and then there were none, so I think they're all gonna die. When the last person hangs himself, or herself, maybe we'll get to know who is behind all it. There are so many adaptations out there, and in case you're curious, for my Herky challenge, I will count this as the play, because if you go to YouTube and you type in and then the one on play, you have a lot of theaters that have played this. I would just watch one of those. I think they're all like 2 hours. Once I'm done with the book, I will finish that. There is actually a BBC series which I would have watched, but I already have something else planned for the series, and that is Outlander. There's not much left. 120 pages, which goes rather quickly because, you know, we have a murder. Do we have an alibi? Maybe, yes. Another murder. So it goes very quickly, and like I said, I'm curious to see who is the person that divided them. I want to know. So I'm going to continue to read. Bye. I finished this. Oh my god, this was really good. This was my first non-Poirot and what's the name? Miss Marple book by Agatha Christie, and I really love this. At first, you know, I was a bit concerned about how is she going to pull off 10 murders. Literally. 10 people will die, and I thought, oh, what if it gets repetitive, or what if it gets boring, or what if it's just so mind-blowing stupid that it doesn't make sense. But it all kind of makes sense. Like, yes, the revelation at the end is just like, really, this was your motive. This is why I did it. Still, like, it all wrapped up really nicely, and I love the fact that it stayed kind of true to the rhyme. A bumblebee stung one, and then there were 5. It was not only a bumblebee that stung the person, it was something else, but it still kind of made sense. Because, like, the person was stung with some... You know what I mean? I really enjoyed this book. I gave this 4 stars. I need more. I'm currently watching the play that is on YouTube for free to watch. I will link it down below if you want to watch it. I like it. And there's another Christie in my collection, in my growing collection, that I share with my parents, I guess. They started it, and I will continue to, you know, expand, if you will. Still haven't really got my hands on a Miss Marple. I'm kind of... Like, the thing is, I always associate Miss Marple with... I don't even know what the actress' name is. I will put it here. And there's just something about her, like, not the actress itself, but the way she portrayed Miss Marple that made me not like her. I don't know if Miss Marple is exactly like that in the books, or if it's just the way the director told the lady, hey, you have to play like this. I don't know. Just something. Every time I see it, I'm just like, oh, Miss Marple. Yes, I will get to it. You know, now I have this one done now. Next month, when I go to the library, I can buy another one. Yes, get another one, borrow it, and maybe there will be a Miss Marple. We'll see, because I really do enjoy these books. Let me know if you read this, or if you've seen the play, the movie, the TV show, whatever. There's a lot out. Count it for my Hercule in case you can. Adaptation, because I'm currently watching the play as well, so I have a bonus point because I read the book and I'm watching it. And then it will also count for C for Christie. That is my personal challenge. Well, not my personal challenge, but my challenge that I took over from Hercule 1. The ABC challenge. Letter A, B, C, D, E, and so on, all the alphabet Z. I think I got A, B, C done as well. And then there's a huge gap, and then there's some other letters. I will film, I don't know what I will film next. It will probably be the October new release that is made by Ellie Hazelwood. And I thought, like, it is the second book in the Bright duology, series, trilogy, I don't know what it is, but it's not following the same people as in the first book. And I really enjoyed the first book. I read that one in April, I think. I really enjoyed that one. And now I'm kind of concerned, if it's not the same people, will I actually still enjoy it? It's still in the same, you know, world, and the same spooky creatures, you know, like werewolves and all, but my hopes are really high, because I thought, oh, this is the second book, and now I'm just a bit cautious about, you know, getting my hopes up, because it might not be that good. It might be, but it also might not be. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, let me know what you think about it, and then the one on. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you next one.